Good evening. So I'm a civil servant, so I'm a little bit lazy, and I could not be bothered to build an argument or get data. And on top of this, as was pointed out to you, I tried to take a nap at my parents' and lock myself out. So there was no nap today. So you are going to get what you are going to get, which is I'm going to tell you a personal anecdote. I worked at the World Bank for 14 years because I couldn't get a job at L'Oréal. In the beauty industry, and toward the end of my time in 2014 there, I was at a dinner party and I was seated next to Caroline Anstey, who was then the managing director of the World Bank. She had been there for 4 years, so she was a very important woman. She was basically the number 2 at the World Bank. And we spoke, and we spoke about my favorite topic, which is lesbian, gay, bisexual, and trans people. And I said to her, when I joined the World Bank, for a very long time, in those myriad of review meetings, because that's what we do at the World Bank, we do review meetings. In all of those review meetings, when my time would come to speak, I would blush and I would sweat. And when I say sweat, I would sweat buckets. Because I had integrated the fact that I was an inferior species to the white, tall, straight guy in the room. And how could I not? Because my parents, my school, and my priest had been telling me for my entire childhood, from the age of probably 5 to the age of 22 when I left France to go come out in the US, and I was very good at it, so I stayed. I was told this entire time that I was worthless. And, I am one of those men that believe that sexual orientation is something, very early on. And I have a good argument to prove it, which is that when my mom would receive the La Redoute catalog, I would go directly to the male underwear section. But I knew that nobody should know, because I had integrated what society had told me, that it was shameless. So I said, all that shame kind of came out, left me when I finally came out, and I was proud about who I was. And you know what she said to me? She turned to me and she said, "You described exactly what it is to be a woman at the World Bank." And I was baffled, because I had no idea that other minorities had that same feeling. And that's what minorities experience, is that, ingrained impostor syndrome, that we are worthless, that we are less worthy than the dominating group in the company, in society, at school, in academic settings. And so what we need to do is not to take the power away from the straight white guy in the room. What we need to do is to constantly, as company, as society, reiterate the fact that, people of color, LGBTI people, people with disability, religious minorities, women are welcome, and that their voice matters. And I think this is a debt that society has to us. It has to repay the damage it does to us in childhood. And I think that this is what we have to do: empower minorities at the boardroom, in the classroom, and in every setting in society. So thank you very much.
Thank you both.